Hello everyone, welcome to LY5Elements. I'm Arvin and I'm glad you are here. My goal is to teach you how to read Bazi in the simplest way possible so you can understand your own life path. Let's unlock the secrets of your destiny together. In our last lesson, we introduced the hurting officer. Today we will talk about robbed wealth, one of the four inauspicious gods among the 10 gods. I will be breaking it down in the simplest way possible so everyone can follow along. If anything is unclear, feel free to drop a comment below. I would love to discuss and explore these topics with you. And for those of you who want to understand your Bazi chart but find the learning process too complicated, you can always message me for a one-on-one consultation. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Your support truly motivates me to keep sharing this knowledge. Let's dive into Bazi together. We have shared about the hurting officer among the 10 gods, which represents mad god. Now let's discuss the last inauspicious gods, called the robbed wealth. Just by looking at the name of this god, we can tell it is not good, as it is related to financial loss. In Bazi chart, when you see the Chinese character Jie Cai, or only Jie, it refers to robbed wealth in English. What's the robbed wealth? Let's start with the concept that the day master represents yourself. Anything that of the same element as the day master is considered companion and robbed wealth. When a young day master encounters a yin heavenly stem, or a yin day master encounters a yang heavenly stem, that heavenly stem becomes the robbing wealth of the day master, or simply rob. For example, Jia encounters Yi, so Yi wood is day master's Jia's robbed wealth. When Yi encounters a Jia yang wood, so Jia is the day master's Yi's robbed wealth. Both are wood, but they differ in yin and yang. This logic helps to understand that companion refers to elements of the same type, where Jia meets Jia or Yi meets Yi. I have listed out the robbed wealth for each day master here for you to reference. Robbed wealth represents the god of deception. People with a strong presence of robbed wealth are often seen as deceitful. When robbed wealth appears in the heavenly stems, it is called robbed wealth. But when it appears in the earthly branches, it is referred to as yang ren, a sharp blade. Negative traits of robbed wealth include being stubborn, self-contradictory, fond of drinking and gambling, taking advantage of small opportunities, boasting, arguing for the sake of arguing, lacking integrity, speaking nonsense, borrowing money without repaying, and being dishonest without thinking through what they say. His positive traits include a cheerful personality, quick thinking, distinct individuality, strong sense of self-esteem, good communication skills, ability to liven up the atmosphere, creative ideas, and the ability to make a good impression in initial encounters. Robbed wealth signifies gambling and financial loss. Since indirect wealth represents one's father, robbed wealth can seize wealth, which means it can harm the father and also the wife. This is because robbed direct wealth represents the wife. Additionally, robbed wealth symbolizes deceit, career choices, freelance work, service industry, direct sales, investment, trade and mobile industries. Represented individuals, all of your opposite gender friends, peers, and classmates are represented by robbed wealth. For men, this refers to their sisters, and for women, it refers to their brothers. These are the people associated with robbed wealth. The additional meanings of robbed wealth. If robbed wealth appears in the year pillar, it represents the ancestral line. This indicates the depletion of ancestral wealth, with no inheritance left for future generations. It also suggests the family had a poor background and lived in poverty. If robbed wealth is found in the month pillar, it signifies financial losses after entering society. It also implies that friends in your social circle might borrow money from you. The heavenly stem of the month pillar represents older siblings in society, while the earthly branch represents younger siblings. If robbed wealth is present, it indicates that someone from these groups may borrow money from you. If robbed wealth appears in the day pillar, It increases the likelihood of divorce or separation from a spouse. If you are interested, I can create a more advanced course where I will explain marriage relationships in detail. Marriage doesn't only depend on rock wealth. It requires an analysis of multiple factors to gain a comprehensive understanding. The rock wealth in the hour pillar is also unfavorable. It represents the later years of life, indicating loneliness and a lack of income in old age. For men, wealth also represents their wives, so this could suggest that in later years, the person might outlive their spouse and experience loneliness. People with rock wealth are very slick and cunning. They will use any means necessary to achieve their personal goals, such as kneeling, making solemn vows, sweet talk, and other tactics to manipulate others. When dealing with someone with rob wealth, you must be cautious because they have ulterior motives and ill intentions. Once they have used you, they will discard you without hesitation. They are not truly sincere in their interactions. People with rob wealth in a birth chart often have a tendency to gamble. Even if someone's Bazi chart doesn't have rob wealth, when their luck cycle or annual luck brings rob wealth through the stars in the sky, they may suddenly start engaging in gambling such as playing cards. The likelihood of this happening is quite high. People with rob wealth have a unique skill. They are very good at socializing and have a strong ability to engage with others. They know how to adapt their speech to different situations, what to say to people and what to say to others. Their eloquence is impressive, and once they become familiar with you, they may begin to borrow money. Whether or not they repay depends on other factors in their chart. Generally, people with a strong rock wealth tend to borrow money without intending to pay it back. However, if their chart also has strong influences from direct resource or direct wealth, they may be more likely to repay. These individuals often borrow money from one group of friends, then move on to another circle. They are good at creating new connections, borrowing money, and disappearing afterward. They can seem very warm and friendly when meeting new people, but once they become familiar with you, they may start asking to borrow money. Once they have borrowed, it may be hard to find them again. This type of person is known for being better with strangers than with acquaintances. People with strong rock wealth in the chart often struggle to accumulate wealth on their own. They frequently face financial losses, so they resort to borrowing money from others or seizing others' wealth, which is why they may come across as deceptive or untrustworthy. Additionally, these individuals tend to gravitate towards multi-level marketing or pyramid scheme projects. With their wide social circles, they bring friends into the scheme, earning commissions from their purchases. When the project collapses, they disappear and move on to a new group, repeating the cycle. Those with rob wealth dislike steady, honest work and prefer opportunistic ventures, where they can take shortcuts to gain quick money. If rob wealth appears too much, it becomes very difficult for the person to accumulate wealth because they frequently experience financial losses. It is not just through gambling. People with excessive rob wealth often lose money in business or other ventures. No matter how much money they earn, it comes and goes, leaving them with little savings, making it hard for them to build wealth. In the male's chart, when rob wealth is present and appears again in his luck cycle or annual pillar, he may experience separation from his wife. This is because rob wealth directly counteracts direct wealth, which represents the wife. If a rob wealth month arrives, the husband might travel for work or the wife might visit her parents regardless. The couple will be separated temporarily. Additionally, when rob wealth appears in the luck cycle or annual pillar, it is a warning sign for financial loss through investments. It is crucial to avoid making major investments during these periods as they are likely to result in significant financial losses. When choosing business partners, it is essential to consider their fortune and character. We will cover this topic in depth in future lessons, teaching you how to assess whether a person is beneficial to you, how their luck is, and their integrity. If you are considering a partnership and see that the person has a lot of rock wealth in their chart, you must be cautious. Such individuals tend to use any means to make money, whether it's deceit, trickery, or manipulation. Partnering with them will likely result in you losing out. In the end, they will take all the profits for themselves, leaving you with only a small share to satisfy you. In a partnership with someone like this, you will always be at a disadvantage and unable to gain anything, as they are too clever and strategic for you to compete with. When choosing a boyfriend, women should be cautious if the man has excessive rock wealth in his chart. Such individuals may use despicable domineering or manipulative tactics to deceive women. Once they have their way, they may borrow money and eventually take both money and affection, disappearing afterwards. Therefore, it is important to check a potential partner's Bazi and avoid those with too many rock wealth, and it is a harmful influence. These individuals often struggle to make money honestly, so they resort to deceit to acquire wealth. Let's take a look at his rock wealth. Using the Bazi case example we discussed last time about the hurting officer, we already know that this Bazi chart indicates a strong day master. A detailed analysis can be found in the previous lesson where we discussed the hurting officer case. We can see that there is a rock wealth in the spouse palace. From this, we can deduce two things about his wife. First, she may not have a job. Second, with rock wealth in the spouse palace, the relationship between the man and his wife is not good. Why? Because the hurting officer indicates argument, so they often quarrel. They are likely in a separated state, meaning they often don't live together after marriage. This person is actually very sleek, so there is rock wealth in the day branch. Fortunately, there isn't too much rock wealth in his chart. If there were a lot of rock wealth, both above and below, this person would be a con artist. However, with just one rock wealth, it indicates that he is very slick and skilled at interacting with others, with high emotional intelligence. In fact, rock wealth often represents emotional intelligence and the ability to socialize well. Without rock wealth, a person might not be good at dealing with others. We find in this chart that in the Gui Hai year, high water is his rock wealth. In the year 2043, when he is 30, if he makes a major investment, for example, if someone tells him about a great project and he decides to invest money, he will definitely experience financial loss. Furthermore, in this year, specifically in the months of September and October, he will be separated from his wife. This is because rock wealth represents taking away his wife. He might go on a business trip, his wife may return to her family, or they may go on a trip separately, leading to a temporary separation. Whenever a man encounters rock wealth, it typically signifies separation from his wife. Additionally, it also indicates that investments during this time will lead to financial losses. Today we learn about the last inauspicious god, rock wealth, and the things it represents. In the next lesson, we will introduce the one of neutral gods, companion. Don't miss out. Hit subscribe and share to join us on this incredible journey of discovery. Your support fuels our passion to keep creating. Any questions or need personalized guidance? Leave us a comment or get in touch. We would love to hear from you. Thanks for being part of the LyFiveElements family. If anything is unclear, feel free to drop a comment below. I would love to discuss and explore these topics with you. And for those of you who want to understand your Bazi chart but find the learning process too complicated, you can always message me for a one-on-one consultation. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Your support truly motivates me to keep sharing this knowledge. See you in the next lesson.